I knew something was wrong the moment Karen tried to measure my driveway with a ruler. If you love powerful stories, you don't want to miss this. But before we continue, tell us where you're watching from. It makes us happy to see how far our stories travel. Please like, comment, and subscribe. The morning was calm, sunlight spilling over rooftops, birds arguing in the trees, my life neatly packed into cardboard boxes. I had coffee in one hand and hope in the other. Then Karen arrived. Not walking, advancing. Clipboard hugged to her chest like sacred scripture, lips pressed thin with purpose. She stared at my driveway as if it had personally betrayed her. "You can't park there," she declared. I glanced behind me. "That's my driveway." She laughed, sharp and humorless. "Not for your kind." There it was. Ugly, unmistakable. I didn't raise my voice. I smiled, soft, polite, almost kind. "Could you write that down?" I asked. "I'm documenting local myths." The mailman froze, then laughed, loudly. Karen stiffened. Her eyes slid to the moving truck. Slowly, horrified. "You're moving in?" "Already did," I said gently. "The house just hasn't emotionally adjusted yet." Windows cracked open along the street. Joggers slowed. A woman walking her dog stopped entirely. Karen realized too late she wasn't alone anymore. She promised consequences as she stormed off, heels snapping against the pavement like gunfire. I watched her go, calm as ever, because when someone announces a war before knowing their opponent, they usually lose beautifully. Karen wasted no time. By noon, she had summoned reinforcements. Two officers standing awkwardly at the curb while Karen narrated reality like a very confident documentary host. "He's violating multiple regulations," she said, gesturing at my home as if it were leaking chaos. "Unauthorized parking, suspicious moving hours, questionable vibes." One officer glanced at my driveway, the other checked his watch. I offered them bottled water. Karen looked personally betrayed. "I'd like to see your proof of residence," she demanded. I handed over the folder, not rushed, not shaken, color-coded, tabbed, beautiful. Her confidence faltered. While the officers flipped through documents, something unexpected happened. My neighbor, soft-spoken, cardigan-wearing, forever underestimated, stepped outside holding a tray of lemon bars. "Oh, good," she said brightly. "You're finally meeting him. We're so glad he moved in." Karen turned slowly. "We?" Another door opened, then another. A man waved. A couple nodded. Someone said, "About time." Karen's face did that thing where anger tries to stay standing while reality kicks its knees out. The officers handed my folder back. "Everything's in order," one said. Karen sputtered. "But this neighborhood is changing," I finished gently, "like everything else." That's when my porch wine chime rang, a soft, melodic sound, cutting through the tension like a laugh in a quiet room. Karen stormed off, promising meetings, emails, consequences, but the street didn't follow her. It stayed with me. And in that moment, I realized this wasn't going to be a fight. It was going to be a slow, elegant unraveling. Karen called the emergency HOA meeting for 7 a.m., not because it made sense, because she believed inconvenience was a form of authority. Chairs scraped across the community hall floor as sleepy neighbors gathered, coffee cups clutched like life rafts. Karen stood at the front, triumphant, a stack of papers fanned out like she'd finally cracked the case. "We have a problem," she announced, eyes locking on me. I smiled, calm, unbothered. She launched into it, parking, decor, lawn placement, the tone of my porch light. Yes, the tone. According to Karen, it was disruptive. Then came the twist. The HOA treasurer cleared his throat. "Actually, Karen, those rules were amended last year." Karen froze. "By who?" "By the board," he said, flipping pages. "Unanimously. You were absent." Murmurs rippled through the room. Another board member leaned forward. "Also, we reviewed the complaints. Most of them were personal." Silence. Karen's authority cracked. Just slightly. "Enough." I finally spoke. "I appreciate the concern," I said softly, "but I moved here for peace. I think we all did." A few heads nodded. Someone clapped. Then another. Karen looked around, searching for allies. Found none. She gathered her papers too quickly, chair screeching as she stood. "This isn't over," she snapped. As she stormed out, I caught her reflection in the glass door. Smaller somehow. Dimmer. Like, comment, and subscribe if you love stories where quiet dignity outshines loud control, because the loudest people often fall apart when no one echoes them back. Karen didn't speak to me for weeks. No clipboard, no ruler, no dramatic announcements, just tight smiles and hurried footsteps whenever our paths crossed. The neighborhood breathed easier. Gardens bloomed louder. Laughter returned to the sidewalks. Then came the letter. Not from Karen, but from the HOA. They were hosting a welcome and unity block gathering. New tradition, they said. Fresh start. I almost laughed. On the day of the event, tables lined the street, food appeared from every direction, music floated softly through the air. Neighbors mingled easily like they'd been waiting for permission to enjoy each other. Karen arrived late. She stopped short when she saw the banner stretched across my lawn. Welcome, everyone. No exclusions. No conditions. The HOA president took the mic. We also want to thank our newest resident, she said, smiling in my direction, for reminding us what community is supposed to feel like. Applause followed, warm, genuine, unforced. Karen clapped too, slowly, politely, with hands that had clearly never learned how to celebrate anyone else. Later, she approached me. No fire, no fight, just exhaustion. I didn't expect this, she said. I know, I replied kindly. She nodded once and walked away, not defeated, just finished. That evening, as the sun dipped low and laughter echoed down the street, I realized something simple and powerful. The sweetest revenge isn't humiliation, it's belonging, without permission. Like, comment, and subscribe if you love powerful stories with quiet strength and beautiful justice. Share this story with your loved ones and tell us where you're watching from. It makes us happy to see how far our stories travel.